Hey girls and boys, it's Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. Very excited to be with you as always. We have been adding 2 to numbers all week. So today, guess what? We are going to subtract 2. So remember, adding is putting 2 things together, or it's starting with one amount and adding another. And subtraction is either finding the difference between 2 amounts or taking away. So today we're going to focus on taking away. All right, so let's get started. So I have my number line, okay? And let's say that I have, actually, I have some cubes. I'm going to roll my dice just to give me a number. Okay, 1. I'm not going to use 1 because if I take away 2, it gives me a negative number, and we don't do that yet. You don't do that until you're a little bit older, so forget about that. Okay, so this time I got 6. So I'm going to put 6 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we've been talking about the magic +2 wand, right? So now we need a magic -2 wand. Ta-da! Here it is, right? It's like magic. Okay, so different color. It is not, it may look like 1, but it is not a marker, right? It doesn't write. But it is a magic -2 wand. So be careful, right? Like, you wave this thing around, all of a sudden you have 3 cars, and all of a sudden you have 2 cars. Or you have 5 video games, and all of a sudden you lose 2, and you've only got 3 video games. So be careful with this thing, all right? Use it carefully. If you have one yourself. So if I wave this, okay, at them, then we should take away 2. Now, if we take away 2, how many do you think are going to be left? We have 6 right now. All right, let's find out, okay? What do we say? 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra, Shazam. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra, Shazam. Yes, did it work? All right, so we ended up with 4. Okay, so we had, where did they go? Over here. We had 6, we took away 2, and now we have 4. Okay, all right, let's try that again. Let's roll the dice. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we got a 3. So we're going to put 3 up here. Now, show me number of fingers. If I wave my magic -2 wand at it, and say the right words, how many cubes will I have left if I take away 2? Will I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? How many will I have? Let's find out. Raise your hand if you think, raise your hand if you think there'll be 1 left. Okay, 2. Okay, 3. Okay, 4. Well, it has to be less than 3 if we're taking away, right? So I'm thinking 1 or 2 or maybe none. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I can do this. 1, 2, 3, abracadabra. Bam! Whoa, it did work again. Look, it moved them away over here. Took them right away. That was awesome. Okay, so we're left with 1. And you can see that if I add 2, I get 3. If I take away 2, I get 1. If I add 2, I get 3. If I take away 2, I get 1. Cool. All right, so that's how that works. Should we try one more? A big one? We already did 6. Ooh, 8. That's a good one. Let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So, here we go. Show me the number of fingers that will be, you think will be left when I take away 2. Okay, do you think it's going to be, let's say, 5, 6, 7? It can't be 8 because we're taking away, right? Okay, so who thinks it's going to be 5? Raise your hand. Okay, how about 6? How about 7? How about 8? You should be raising your hand for 8. Okay, let's find out. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Abracadabra. Zam! Whoa, it worked again. This magic wand is quite magical. Okay, so looks like we are left with 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so you'll notice every time we just go back 2. So we're at 8. So if we're at 8, we would go back 1, 2, 1, 2. We're at 6. Okay? If we were at 10, we would go back to, we're at 10, we go back to 8. Let's say take away 2. Yes, I'm left with 8. Okay, so this is why, boys and girls, being able to count backwards is helpful when you're subtracting, because if you're subtracting 2, right, and you're trying to subtract, let's say, 5 minus 2, if you can go 5, 4, 3, right, then you know what 5 minus 2 is, because you can subtract, you can count backwards. 5, 4, 3. If you're at 10, go back 2. 9, 8. If you're at 12, go back 2. 11, 10. If you're at 7, go back 2. 6, 5. Okay, so it's very helpful. All right, so what do we have next? All right, so please take out your math packet and take out the page that says Thursday word problem. All right, I'm going to read it to you, and then I'm going to ask you to work on it. All right, so come back, pause the video, come back when you are ready. Okay, boys and girls, so you should have this out. Okay, and I'm going to read it to you. It says, there were 8 slices of pizza in the box. That's usually about how many pieces there are, 8 pieces. So already, right, because I know some of you are like, you get a little bit uncomfortable around word problems. There's nothing to get worried about. I'm going to read it to you. I just want you to think about what's happening, and then we're going to work on it, okay? So there were 8 slices of pizza in the box. So you can imagine that in your head, right? Like a picture. Sophia ate 2 slices. How many slices of pizza are left? So I want you to figure that out using drawing a picture or using math tools. Remember, you can use your cubes, right? You can use your red and yellow counters if you want. You could draw like pieces of pizza. You could draw a number line. There's lots of things that you could do to help you solve this. And then I want you to write a number sentence. Are you going to add or subtract? It says that Sophia ate 2 of them. So how many are left? Okay, so I want you to pause the video. Yes, you, and you. Pause the video, work on the problem, and then come back and we'll look at a few different ways that you might have done it. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. All right, so how did you do, boys and girls? I can tell you right away that the answer is 6. Why won't this right? Oh, it's because it's my -2 magic wand, not a marker. Let me get a real marker. So the answer is 6. So but the question I have is, how did you get 6 if you got 6? So you could have put some counters down and then flipped over 2 to show the ones that she ate, and you're left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you could have just taken them away like that. Okay? You could have done the same thing with your cubes. Okay? You could have also drawn, let's say that this represents 1 slice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You could cross off 2, and then you'll see that you have 6 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or you could have even drawn like a little 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, and put in 8. Okay, there's 8. Crossed off 2, and then you can see again you have 6. Okay, or you could have even done a number line and said, okay, if this is 0, and if I'm at 8, and if I go back 1, if I take away 1, that's 7, and another 1, that's 6. Counting backwards, right? So 1, 2, that gets me to 6. Either way, you're going to end up with 6. So your number sentence should be 8, take away 2, is the same or equal to 6. Okay? All right, so our last activity for today is going to look like this. Okay, it says subtraction minus 2. So please take that out from your math packet and we will work on this. Okay, boys and girls, so you should have this out in your dry erase sleeve, and all you need is one of your dice, an eraser, and a marker. Okay, that's really all you need. You could use your cubes, but I don't think you need to unless you really want to. Okay, all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Same as before. I'm gonna roll. Okay, I got a 7. Okay, and sorry, phone is ringing. I got a 7, so that means I'm gonna go to 7. All right, and then I'm going to go back 2. I'm going to count backwards. 6, 5. 1, 2. So that got me to 5. So 7 take away 2 equals 5. Okay, if you prefer, you could get your cubes out, right? And you could build 7. Okay? Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And then take away 2 of them. And then count and see how many are left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the same idea. If this is like a number line, I've got 7. I take away 2. And now I have 5. So you can use these as well if you would like, but you don't have to. Okay? So you keep doing this until you filled up your page. Oh, I got a 7 again. I'm going to do it. I got a 7 again. Can you believe it? That's incredible. Oh, I got a 10 this time. So I put down 10 minus 2. Okay, so I use my number line. I have 10. And now if I go back 2, 1, 2, I land on 8. Okay, because it's always 2 away. So if I had 10 on my 10 cubes, all right, and I took away 2, I would end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, boys and girls, so finish this up. Play it maybe 3 or 4 times, and so you get starting to get really good at your minus 2s, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye.